Hello, everyone. I'm just coming on to see if I could have a peaceful, happy conversation with anyone. If anyone like to join in, ask some questions, talk about anything. I really don't have much to talk about. It's about to be a new year. Looking back over 2024, it's been like every year. It has had its challenges. It has had its greatness. Um, and that's how it is. That's how it's going to continue to be. Um, we just have to keep going, and doing our best. Um, it's time to make it a better day, make it a better year, make it a better moment. Talking about family. Um, that has been the biggest challenge, I think, for a while, is to keep the family together, keep the family peaceful. You know, when you care about your family, when you care about yourself, you care about a lot. You have a lot to live for. And we do have a lot to live for. Even though, all the stuff that's going on around us, it does make it difficult at times. Um, but we have to kind of push that away. Get out of that. Stop listening to all that bad news and start concentrating on the good things that we have and we have done, and the good things that people have done and done for us. Welcome. Be more hospitable. Be more welcoming. Be more kind, settled. Offer security. Make people feel warm and happy. Now, it's a lot of people out here in the world that's going to be celebrating happy Kwanzaa. Uh, and and that's a time to reflect and a time to be more in tune with your roots. It's a time for family gathering to welcome one another and ask, what can I do for you? How can I help you? If you need anything, call me. Not always, how you doing? Sometimes we have to ask, what you doing? And is it anything I can help you do? And be more understanding. Talk with sincerity. and say what you mean. So I hope everyone is having a good day. And remember, we have a lot to be thankful for. I know I have. And I know a lot of people that do. So I do want to, I'm keeping it happy. I want to keep it happy just for now because it's all happy. No matter what we talk about, we could always get something out of it. And it can always bring us some form of happiness. Even if we're talking about something bad, because we should learn from every experience and every word that is spoken. And I know one thing I have done. I have stopped, and so far it seemed like my whole body is better ever since I stopped listening to the news. I read the headlines, and that's all I need to hear because it's just a repeat, really, of everything that goes on year after year after year. And I don't need the details. Um, right now, as I think we should concentrate on bringing happiness in our home, bringing happiness in our family, because we live in a worldwide of people. Okay. Do we know our neighbors? Do we really know our family? I made a video before about um, birthing a stranger. And sometimes our kids stay strangers because we don't get to know our children. We really don't get to really know who they are. And we don't try to help them get to know who they are. We're scared to ask our kids, who are you? We're scared to ask our kids really heavy, deep questions. We're scared to talk to them. A lot of us are scared to talk to our children about sex, about racism. We're scared to talk to our kids about um, what's wrong and what's right. And sometimes we even scared to ask our own self deep questions, you know, real questions. Do I like this man? Why do I like this woman? Um, because we don't want to hear the question. We don't want to hear the answer. Because, like they said, you don't want to know the answer, don't ask the question. And that's what we do. And I know I grew up like that. And I lived most of my life like that, scared to ask questions because I didn't want to hear the answer. And I grew up in a home, really, that you weren't allowed to ask questions. So that is the number one thing, asking questions. We want to start asking questions. We want to get to know our children. We want to get to know our mate or our significant other or our boyfriend or girlfriend or our friends. We shouldn't be scared to ask our friends. I was surprised when my daughter told me she didn't know her friend age. They just assumed they was the same age and come to find out they was 5 years apart. Why are you afraid to ask your friend or a becoming friend questions about themselves? We should know who we are associating with. And I say a person should know who they are and what they want at least by the age of 25. But we don't stress that enough to our children to get to know who you are. Do we ask our kids, do you know that boy's name, last name? Who's their parents? So um, today I want to stress emphasis on asking questions. Because I know that is the number one reason why we don't get along as family, as husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, because we're not asking questions and we're not listening to one another. When was the last time you sat down and listened to your mate talk without interrupting? Um, so I just want to we can learn how to be friends. We have to learn how to be friends. We have to learn how to be a lady. We have to learn how to be a man. We have to learn how to be a good student. We have to learn all this stuff, and you learn it by asking questions. And you can ask questions by reading, studying. Um, and I just want to end with this that we have to be safe out here. I told my daughter the other day because of the job she works at, but I mean this, and I mean this to all my ladies, all my girls. You have to act like it's a serial killer out there, okay? Because it is, and they always start with one. I know I tried to make it. This is positive talk. And because I want my ladies, I want men and ladies to be safe out here. We losing our men and women at a very fast rate. And it's sad. Because I look at the way I lived my life, um, how reckless I was. And honestly, I really didn't think I was gonna live to be this long, this old, the way I was living my life. And technically, I didn't want to. Um, uh, like they say, a suicide on installment plan. That's what drinking does. You do it a lot. Um, and you could have fun. And I realized it now. You can have fun. You could be happy without drugs and alcohol. Because every time I hear about somebody dying by a drunk driver, I feel like all those years that I drove drinking and drunk, that could have been me. And there's nothing you could do about it. It's I imagine because I have went to those classes. I didn't go for myself, but I went with this man I was with, and getting up there, them people listening to those people up there talk about their loved one getting killed by a drunk driver was horrible. But technically, it didn't stop him from drinking and driving. It didn't stop us from drinking and driving. But I know that the pain and the agony that goes with it is worse because it could have been avoided if the person hadn't been driving after drinking. It's just, but I know it's a lot more sadness out here. It's like war. Those bombs drop, they can kill anybody around, and that's how a person is that drinks and drives. They like a bomb. I'm so glad that I don't have that on my conscience. I would hate to have to live all these years with that on my conscience. I don't know how they do it. How they live all those years knowing that they killed 5 people because they was drinking. I would hate for. Whew, can you imagine having that on your conscience? And then you have to stop drinking because when I had to stop, when I stopped uh, using drugs, it was a lot. It was heavy. It was a lot I had to face, and but I refused to um, go back to that life. You make your bed, you have to live, you have to sleep in it, and that's what my mother told me all the time, and she never lied. And I'm still sleeping in that hard bed. In other words, it's something that I have to face. A lot of people don't forget what you did, and they want to label that on you. That they want to keep that label on you, but you can't. So everybody, please be safe out here. Take control. Don't be scared. Because I was looking at this show yesterday about the 1984 massacre at McDonald's in San Diego. And I'm like, wow. And I remember that. I remember that back in 1984. I remember hearing about that. But I seen a documentary on it. You get a chance to look at it. It's so this is the world we born in, we birthed our kids in. And I don't know how many massacres that happened since then. Uh and then I looked at the one about the Pulse, that gay bar Pulse that happened in was it California? And I'm like, You have one gunman with an automatic rifle, but you have 200 people. That's not making sense to me. How is one man with one automatic rifle able to just shoot all these people? And of course, I got the answer. This black woman, she said that she said to these people, let's bum rush him. But nobody wanted to. They rather hide. And the man was actually going in the bathroom where they was hiding at and just spraying all of them with bullets instead of all of them bung rushing him. Yes, some of you going to die. Some of you going to die anyway. But it's the mindset that we have because we have never really talked about it. And I talked about it with my kids. I'm like, you know what? If somebody came in here and tried to kill us, I'm not going to sit back and let them just shoot me. I'm going to have to defend. I may die, but I want to be able to save my children. But you think about it. If I bum rush him and get shot up, are they going to sit there and continue to sit there screaming? Or are they going to help me? Or are they going to run? But see, I think that goes to a lot of people's mind that they just might die and they still get killed. But you have to die trying. And that's what we have to do. Don't be scared to die. Don't be scared to die for others to live. But anyway, I know, here I go. Here I go. I want everybody to be safe and secure and happy and have peace and prosperity for this new year coming. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you and keep the peace between your ears. Thank you. Love you.